Hello everyone and welcome to another high elo game of Age of Empires. Today we find ourselves awaiting bloodshed on Arabia in a match between two legends of the game. In red, spawning as the Spanish, we have GL.DauT, and in blue, spawning as the Huns, we have Capoch. Now, as the players explore their immediate surroundings, looking for herdables and sources of food to go up to Feudal as fast as possible, let's take a look at their civs. Spanish, always fun to watch. Builders work faster. Upgrades in the blacksmith cost no gold, and gunpowder units fire much faster, 18% faster in fact. So think of the Spanish as the Ethiopians with a bonus for gunpowder units instead of archers. They have two unique units. One you don't really get to see very much in 1v1 random games is the missionary, essentially a mounted monk. And the second you see a lot more of is the conquistador or the conch, essentially a very powerful mounted gunpowder unit. Now, in Imperial, the Spanish have a very cool upgrade they can research called Supremacy. Makes their villagers much stronger. Adds 40 HP, an extra 6 attack, and an extra 2 armor. So, maybe if we're lucky, we'll get to see a horde of these guys take down a castle or a town center or something in the Imperial Age. The Huns, on the other hand, need no introduction. Everyone knows the first thing about them. They don't need houses. They start with an immediate supply cap of the maximum allowed. So if you take a look at the top center of your screen, you'll see they're already at 200 supply population, or population supply. No houses are necessary. Their cavalry archers get cheaper as the game progresses, starting in Castle, and become 20% cheaper in Imperial. Their trebs are much more accurate than the average civ, and their stables work 20% faster. They have a unique unit, which is essentially a very cool raiding cavalry called the Tarkan, super strong against archers with extra pierce armor, and very strong against buildings. So it gets a bonus, can rip through an entire base in a matter of seconds, take out an opponent in a minute or two. Very fun to watch them just demolish anything in their path. So today, we have a game, Spanish Huns, two very mobile civilizations, two very good cavalry civilizations, and two fantastic players who excel at military micro. All that being said, will be very interesting to see how the players progress in the game, and if they go cavalry, who will be the better micro, who will be who will be the better general in this matchup. For now, both players happy to keep building villagers, both sitting at 14, both exploring their immediate vicinity, herding whatever deer they can towards their base. Barracks going down for GL.DauT, so I suspect we're going to see 2-3 militiamen coming out to try to harass Capoch. Our blue Hunnic player, for now, no military structures, happy to go up and just build more villagers, get more food, both sitting at about 100 food. Both still exploring. GL.DauT now, is he going to see our blue player's base? Sees the general outline. Let's see what he can get, what vision what's scouting. He sees the boar going down in the corner, scouting the perimeter. While he does that, let's take a look at the actual bases of the players. Now, look at blue's base, completely open. Completely open to the north, the northeast, the southeast, and I guess the southwest can be easily closed off with a wall around the water, maybe one palisade wall here, but a super open base, not too easy to defend against any kind of multi-pronged attack if those come. GL.DauT, on the other hand, not on the other hand, exactly the same situation. His base is also completely open. Southeast, southwest, the north is completely open. I mean, he can close off this part here. But yeah, both players are going to be fairly open, fairly susceptible to raiding. And when that happens, you do things like this. You put palisades up. That might be open here at the top. I think he may have missed one. There might be a tile here that's between the palisade wall and the forage bush. In any event, GL.DauT trying to make an early start in game harassment and annoyance by attacking this palisade wall, wants to get into this bush line to attack these gatherers. Has he seen DauT's base. Capoch has not seen DauT's base. So he's exploring, unfortunately, the eastern and the southeastern portion of the map when DauT is snug as a bug in the north. So DauT is safe from any kind of counter-harassment. Not that Capoch is producing any military here. He's got the barracks. I think that's more so that he can build a stable or an archery range in Feudal. Both players going up to Feudal about 15 seconds apart. Advantage Capoch. And let's see what happens. Oh, yeah, you see? It was open here. He managed to get in, but will he get a kill? That oh, yeah, look at that micro. He's telling that villager, you want to go home? I don't think so. But in the end at the end of the day, does not get the husband-wife gathering combo. Neither of them goes down. Economic upgrades going down for Capoch, lumber, food. We have an archery range going down, so he's going to shoo this force away quite easily. I don't see DauT upgrading these at the moment to men-at-arms. He's happy to leave them as militia. He himself is getting his own double-bit axe, horse collar, economic upgrades. An annoying little run-by here by Capoch. I don't think that accomplished anything, or I don't think he even managed to attack. But he's finally found out where DauT is located. So we'll see if he uses that information to his advantage. Both players sitting on 22, 23 villagers. Yeah, these men-at-arms, I mean, they've taken and the scout have taken as much damage as they've doled out. So not a very useful attack here by DauT. That being said, you know, it did take Capoch's villagers off the berry gathering for a little bit, so I guess it did accomplish something. House going down, so he's going to try to wall. Oh. But first, we kill the scout. Okay, yeah, so he's going to try to wall with the gold. It's a fairly easy wall, as I was saying, on the western portion of his base. Just the north and the east-southeast is much harder, which he actually has walled off. So he's invested a significant amount of wood into walling off the bottom right portion of his base. Oh my god, DauT is still being so annoying with these two weak militias in this scout cavalry that's on the verge of death. Yeah, the militia finally does go down. I don't know why these villagers are even running away from these militia. I mean, they can handle them. On a one-on-one fight, this militia dies. Why are you running away? Okay. I mean, it's always hard to fight with militia because their instinct, their initial reaction is to always run away when attacked. They're not like military units that fight back. Capoch got 2 archers into the back of the base, 0 kills, however. At the same time, this militia still being annoying. So both players annoying the hell out of each other with tiny bits of units. No game-ending damage, no permanent damage here. Both going up to 29, 30 villagers. And we've got our first stable out of our Hun player. Fantastic. DauT sees it immediately. I don't know. Okay, there we go. One little tiny poke. And all of DauT's aggression is completely nullified. This scout cavalry needs to be very careful. Maybe have him patrol the perimeter. Or just hang out in the middle of the map. This is going to give DauT very good vision whenever Capoch decides to move out. If he does, or if he's going to sit back and take a more of a passive approach. One archer did die. We have a squad of archer units in the west exploiting DauT's unfinished wall off. But four skirmishers against 3 skirmishers and an archer. The 4 skirmishers should win, assuming equal micro, equal... Okay, the scout. Oh, this is a new scout. Okay, so now he's got to run away. That scout is going to take no damage from these skirmishers, and he's going to be annoying. Not very strong, but poke, poke, poke. Look at that. So it takes a while, but there's nothing really to respond until the spearman comes out. So a counter to a counter wins the day here for DauT. One spearman goes down. Let's see the health. Okay, I would say a fairly equal trade for both players. Capoch still streaming units here to this portion of... He sees the weakness, he's exploiting it. It's not too far. I'm going to zoom out. Apologies to anyone on a smaller screen. Not too far of a distance from his production facilities, which are the archery range and the stable, to this nook where he found that there is no wall off. I mean, at this point, DauT should should cancel these and just get the wood back and use the wood for something else. I don't see him completing this wall off anytime soon. Another minor skirmish potentially happening. I mean, both players are being very cautious. They don't want to take a really bad fight. DauT has to back away here, though. 4 of his units are below half health. So, as good as the spearmen are against the cavalry, Capoch now has 5 scout cavalry. The wall-off is being completed here in the north. I mean, I don't know. Has he seen this little bit here? He has not. So, still an opening to the north, but overall, DauT investing significant resources to wall off his base. We'll see whether that's because he wants to boom or because he wants to put on his own aggression. Why are you leading with the skirmishers? You should be leading with the spear when he's scout forward instead of archer forward. I don't know who I favor here. I mean, tell me what you think. Capoch has the mobility and the scouts, but how many spearmen do we have here? 4 spearmen? Not too sure. Okay, so now he's finally completing the wall off. Did not take my suggestion of returning the wood back. He instead says, you know what? I'm sick and tired of fighting in the corner of my map. Come fight me in the center. And Capoch does exactly that. So 16 army supply for Capoch, 19 for DauT. Very similar army counts, very similar villager counts, both sitting at 41, 42. Pressure here unrelenting. Wheelbarrow for Capoch, but DauT is going up to castle. Capoch nowhere close. He's sitting about half the resources he needs. That being said, if he stops producing units, he might be able to catch up fairly quickly. So we'll see if he notices DauT's score dip, which is always a telltale sign that your opponent is going up in age. Their score dips several hundred points, 1 to 200, I think, depending on the age. Let me know if I'm wrong in the comments. Capoch circling like a shark, trying to find an avenue of attack, trying to figure out what the best way to go about this is. A stable going down for DauT. So yes, so we're going to see a cavalry war, I hope. Did Capoch build any extra stables? A second stable going down for him. Did he see? He has not seen DauT stable. So he is going stable independent of the fact that DauT himself is now building a stable. Bloodlines being researched. And now Capoch is also up to castle. So he noticed the score dip. He knew what that meant. He's getting his cavalry upgrades. DauT's going for an attack upgrade. Capoch is going for a defensive upgrade. We'll see if they cancel each other out. We'll see what units the players decide to make. DauT will be up about a minute ahead of Capoch. We'll see what he can do. Oh no. Did not manage. Did he? Is this walled off? No, it is not. So he can go in, but wise game sense. I mean, you go in with 9 archers. Those 9 archers are basically dead. You know, you're gonna get maybe 1 or 2 villagers, but you're gonna lose 9 archers, which you can upgrade to crossbows once you get to castle in 40 seconds. We'll see if he even does that, or if he starts focusing more on cavalry. Given the way his upgrades are going, it's hard to say, because Capoch has +1/+1 for his archers, and a 0+1 for cavalry. Okay, they're patrolling the edge of the map. Always fun to watch Age of Empires games when you zoom out. It basically proves Flat Earther is correct. You know, there's this just piece of land here floating in space on the back of 4 elephants, who are themselves on the back of a giant turtle. 2 town centers going down for Capoch the second he reaches Castle Age. Light cavalry upgrade, another defensive upgrade for his cavalry. So he's investing in cavalry upgrades. We know what that means. DauT, on the other hand, is investing in elite skirmishers, but maybe he noticed that these upgrades are not coming through. He noticed that these are not crossbows and says, you know what? I'll get elite skirmishers to shoo you away, but I'm going to start investing in cavalry armor of my own. 5 knights for DauT, 5 knights for Capoch. So we are going to see a nice Spanish versus Hun cavalry war. We'll see who gets the advantage. But yeah, this was a telltale sign. He should not have, in my opinion, Capoch should not have approached DauT's base with these archers, because the second he sees that they are not crossbows, he knows you're not seriously going archers, and he's going to go and start playing accordingly. So in the information war, never give your opponent too much information. Like Mark Wahlberg says in The Departed, like mushrooms, keep them in the dark until you can overwhelm them with your surprise attack. For now, both players being very cautious around each other. Nobody really wants to engage here. I mean, this is a lot of pikemen, but advantage Capoch here, I think. Notwithstanding these very weak archers, he's just got a lot more cavalry here. Yeah, 2 knights left against the 7 of Capoch. So DauT has to retreat, abandon the skirmishers. I don't know why he left the 1 knight here. You could have easily taken that home, unless it's a distraction to keep these guys busy so they, you know, Capoch doesn't all of a sudden overwhelm him with 7 knights. Okay. Another mini skirmish here on the map. This light cav, let's see if it manages to take the house down now that it's got some reinforcements. And if it manages to get the house down, let's see what he decides to do, if he decides to go into the base or not. How are these archers still alive? They have 5 kills between the 4 of them, but I mean, this is it, right? They're gone. There we go. So manages to get into DauT's base, does Capoch, and let's see what he can accomplish. Oh, he finds a juicy mineral gold line here. Oh, 1 villager down. 2 villager down. 3, 4, 5. I feel like I'm in Sesame Street. 1 villager, 2 villager, 5 villagers down. Wisely immediately blockades himself into this enclave of wood. And here we go, monks coming out for our Spanish in red. Let's see if he gets a convert. He does not. Okay, Capoch, I think he wanted to swing around with these light calves to try to get the monk, but the knights were hot on his tails, so he had no opportunity to do it. Here we go, another potential convert, as you can tell by the red sniper line. This should get the convert. Yeah, he gets the convert, but loses 100 gold monk. Excuse me. Was it worth it? You decide. We'll see at the end of the game with 20/20 vision if that was worth it to sacrifice these monks. Gets another knight. So, DauT is sitting at +1/+1 on his knights. Capoch is sitting at 0/+2. So, we'll see in a battle if these two players do engage in some kind of battle, because right now they're kind of skirting each other. I wonder if this game will come down to one big decisive battle here in the center, a big Castle Age battle. Both players are sitting at almost no resources, so one battle might decide the game here. I mean, 50 gold for DauT. He's busy producing monks. Almost no gold for Capoch either. Now his knights are sitting at +1/+2. DauT's knights are sitting at +1/+1. So, upgrade advantage for Capoch. Okay, both sitting at 120 HP. Bloodlines for both. And let's see, who do you think wins here? So, DauT, 13 knights, 6 pike. Or I guess in this army, yeah, 6 pike. Against 18 knights and 3 monks. I mean, there's 3 villagers here. I don't know what they're here for. But yeah, horrible engage here for DauT. Horrible engage. Led with the skirmishers. Pikemen were on move command. Got gunned down immediately. Horrible engage here for DauT. These very optimistic castle. These villagers turn around and say, you know what? I don't think so. Yeah. There we go. I'm not surprised. I mean, both players... I mean, Capoch is lucky that DauT... I shouldn't say lucky, but it's very good for him that DauT decided to resign after that terrible fight. Look at DauT's resources. He's got 400 food, 400 gold, can keep producing knights and pike. until the cows come home. Capoch, on the other hand, is broke as a joke. 50 food, 36 gold. That being said, look at the army supplies at the top of your screen, 25 to 3. So he might be broke as a joke, but his army is about to overwhelm DauT. So great move by DauT to GG. I think he took a bit of a bad... I'm going to do something I've never done before. I'm going to rewind. And let's take a look at the anatomy of this battle. So, I'm going to pause it for a second. What do we have here? We have 18 knights for Capoch and 3 monks. His opponent, sitting at a higher army supply at the moment, is 13 knights. So he's 5 knights behind, but he's got 6 pikes and 5 elite skirmishers and 2 monks of his own with full faith. So in a perfect world, a perfect engage, these skirmishers would attack the monks. You would lead with the pike, and you would try to flank or do something with these knights because you are outnumbered. So a difficult engage for DauT, but he did not execute it as cleanly as he needed to in order to win this battle. So I'm going to replay this at half speed. Yeah, so fantastic here. Immediately the skirmishers attack and zone out Capoch's monks. So brilliant move here by DauT, but look, the pikes are on move command. Immediately half his pike force gets torn down, and without the pikes, you're now looking at a 18 to 13 monk advantage. A few converts going down, but no game changers. And now let's put it in normal speed. We have now look at the bottom left of your screen. 18 knights for Capoch, 9 for DauT. So is it a surprise that he lost this battle? Should he have engaged in the first place? I'm not sure. 6 pike. Are they upgraded? Yeah, they have a +1 upgrade. Yeah, they do have a +1 upgrade. So that battle could have gone a bit more... I mean, it was a complete rout. Capoch just completely routed DauT. His knights are weak, but he's got 17 of them left. I saw a couple of reinforcements coming from the bottom left, but DauT was sending his own reinforcements here, but thought better of it. I think had he been given the opportunity to build this castle, the game could have gone on for much longer, but not too sure why he built it here and not on the higher ground. But you don't question DauT when he builds a castle. That's one of the rules of Age of Empires. This pikeman, 0 kills, despite the fact that he is the hard counter to these knights, at least in certain mass quantities. But yeah, overall, fantastic fight here for Capoch. Evaded the elite skirmishers, got rid of the pike, got rid of the elite skirmishers right away, and then just used his numbers advantage to completely wipe out DauT's knights. Look at it. He has 1 knight left out of, what did I say, 12, 13? So a complete and total destruction. What does Mem call it? Complete and brutal domination by Capoch of DauT. And overall, a great game. I mean, happy to see Spanish and Huns. Happy to see cavalry. 2 great micro players. That battle, though, 100% Capoch. Fantastic battle for him. And DauT says, you know what? I know what's going to happen right now. There's going to be a blue wave rushing over my base. Now, that's not a U.S. political commentary. That is just the state of the game as it is right now. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell to enable notifications, all that good stuff, and I'll see everyone in the next one. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips and make sure to subscribe and enable notifications so that you're notified of my latest uploads.